Hello YouTube, this is Justin from STEM Welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to continue where we left off in the last tutorial. As you remember, in the last tutorial, we did the detection and we did the feature detection and we did the motion detection. In this tutorial, we're going to do object detection, template matching. Hopefully, we'll do advanced detection. If not, we'll do it in the next tutorial. But let's get started. I already uploaded some files already, like simple object detector is this file right here. And as you can see, it's a simple object detector. I'm gonna go over that file in 1 minute. And as you remember from the last tutorial, we're using threshold controls for these sliders. It's a use client is a client side component. You have to input this, if not, you're gonna get an error. That's one thing to always remember. In here is nothing that you haven't seen before. These are the hooks, the hooks for the to make sure op the OpenCV loading status hook, image processing status hook, error messages, toggle detection overlay, and the image upload status. Nothing that you have not seen before. Then we go into the parameters. Gaussian blur must be odd for the Gaussian blur. Remember that. It has the threshold. We start with a binary threshold value of 127, but this could be changed. A max value of 255 for binary threshold, and the minimum area, minimum contour area of 1,000. We'll continue with the refs and control setup. This is the input image element for the DOM and the output canvas element. Same thing that we've done a million times. These are the controls initials for each one of the sliders, the blur size, minimum area, max step size for blur size, threshold, minimum area. Then we go into the use effect to make sure that this is the OpenCV loading logic. It check if it's already been loaded. Uh, it dynamically loads OpenCV, the OpenCV from our local file. Make sure it's initialized, it makes sure that everything is going okay, and then it handles the loading events. We've been doing that for 3 or 4 tutorials now. Here, remember that in order to use the same names, is blur size capital letter becomes blur size lower, so we can use it, so we don't get weird errors. This is the image upload handling to make sure that everything sets the canvas dimensions to match the image. It clear the previous content to make sure that every time you choose one image, it it keeps the tally going, and it has the error and the reads the data's URL base64. Here, this is the logic for the button that I added to make sure that it saves the process image and it creates an image PNG URL for download. And this is the link for the download. Everything that you've seen before, same thing. Process the image, make sure that it's loaded. Now loaded is a validation logic. Is creating OpenCV matrices. This is it's creating a gray matrix. It's creating a blur matrix. It's creating a binary matrix, a matrix vector, and a hierarchy matrix. Then it converts the ones that it needs to grayscale. Again, noise reduction, applying Gaussian blur. And here, threshold, like we did in 2 tutorials ago. Contours, we saw that earlier. And then it throws the results, it throws the rectangles to create the detection. And that's what's happening here. Just creating the contour, the bounding rectangles to show the detection. It's a 0 to 255, 0 to 255 in the X and the Y, height and width. And it adds a label and it continues. This is the cleanup to make sure that it's no memory leaks. It deletes each one of the matrices that it created. And there it goes. Here, UI rendering is just mostly CSS Tailwind stuff to make these containers look pretty. These containers right here, the input, the output, where they're gonna go. And hopefully, if we choose it now, hopefully it will work. Let's see if it doesn't throw me weird errors. And let's choose a biology image. Choose something like this. Because this is a nice size. It's some hydration errors. Don't worry about these hydration errors. We'll get rid of them before we build. They're annoying, but that's what happens when you're doing client-side rendering. So now we detect the objects and it doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work, I think, is because it needs to be refreshed. So let's refresh it and then do it again. Image, cell biology, web, and detect, and there it goes. So you can change the threshold and you see it becomes more sensitive, less sensitive. It creates bigger rectangles depending on the size, minimum area. They're dynamic. That's the beauty of these sliders because you change them to whatever you want. The blur size and check objects. So you can see this blurring. This is much sharper. You can see this is blur. So that's what's happening. Then after you change the objects, let's see. You say, okay, I'm happy with that, and then save the process image. Then you can open it, and there you go. You can use that image for whatever you're using. So that's object detection. Now, let's go into the template matching. So we're going to go into ongoing. Yeah, we did this one already. So now we're going to do this one. And I think I have it already. So let me check. Yes, I did this right here. Template. Uh, this is the page. Oh, I haven't done the page. So I gotta do the page. So let's do the page. Command C. And then go into Command V. And then it's giving me an error because I haven't done. Oh, so I created them, but I didn't upload them. So let's do this and then upload the template detection and scrolling. Yes. So I don't, it's a long file. So some of these, like I said in the other one, I'm going to refactor them, but I'll do that later. Let's go here, template detector, command V, and it's giving me errors. Hopefully it's just a CB. Yeah, it's just the CB errors. That's fine. So now Command S, page template. Let's do Command S to save it. And now it should work if I check here. Let's see, cancel, detection, template matching. choose file, and then let's use the same image, and then actually let's reload it just in case it's from remember from the other. Here we gotta do a template matching, so let's do something that it has something. Let's use this one. So we're using this one, and then we're going to different logos image, and then basically upload a main image and then upload a template image. Then you select an image, and then now we're gonna select the template image. In this case, we're gonna do a JS logo. So we have these the JavaScript logo. You can see it there, and you have the template image. So hopefully it's going to find it. So let's do find matches, and there it goes. It found it with 53%. Here you can change the thresholds to make them to discriminate from the other ones. And you can see, you can play around to make sure, like there, it discriminates against everything else. And then you can, depending on your application, I mean, this is just a proof of concept, but it's up to you to make sure that you use these customized to your particular application. And then I'm gonna clean that up to make it to scale so it doesn't get stretched out. I gotta change a couple things there. It just has to be with the container, that's all. But it works. So now you can do the save process image, and there you go. And it has JavaScript. Now let's try it with some other. Let's try uh, let's try another one. Let's try Python. And let's do Python. Let's see if it gets it. So that's the Python logo. And find matches, and it found it. 57% right there. So it's working. So that's good. And let's do C++. C++ is a tough one because, and I will show you why it's a tough one. That particular logo, it gives it a lot of problems because of this change, this triangle right here, and this what is this? That's a polygon, so I forgot the name of it. This is a rhombus. So these shapes and these colors and these different shades of blue, it makes it very difficult for this to work. But let's see if it chooses it, and you see it fails. It takes the color from the sea, but it confuses it. So you can play around. This is a very challenging. I For these reasons that I just explained to you. So it does better with some of the other logos. It does so it needs some tweaking. So that's template matching. So it works. You can save the image, and now we're going to advanced detection. This is I'll do that one in the next tutorial because that one is more involved because I put like 5 different ones in one. So I'd rather give it more time not to make these tutorials too long. So I will see you in the next tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please click the like box and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next time with another tutorial. Take care.